Good morning. Good morning, everyone, and welcome to the Unitarian Universalist Church of Kent. My name is Christina Church, and I have the pleasure and the distinct privilege of serving you as your minister in this wonderful congregation that seeks to inspire love, seek justice, and grow in community. Each month, we also have a monthly ministry theme that we consider, and this month, appropriately, the month of December, our theme is hope. Hope. We have a couple of announcements too this morning. Actually, just one big announcement with a lot of parts. We have our monthly community dinner tonight at 5 p.m. This is put on by our youth. And they do a wonderful job of serving anyone in the community who would like a meal. So please join us for that tonight if you can, because we have as our special guests or special appearances, cameos by Emily Hall, our wonderful music director, along with Christy Anderson and Brad Bolton, who will be leading us in some Christmas caroling together, so it promises to be a lovely evening tonight. We hope you won't miss it. We like to remind us all that some of us are gathered here in Hobbs Hall today. Some of us drove here to our campus and were gathered in body. And we also have people virtually gathered who are part of our community, and y'all are joining us through Zoom. So let's take a minute to greet our beloveds on Zoom. They can be greeted and waved and smiled at through the camera over there on the wall. We're so glad that you're here with us this morning to be a part of this gathered worship service. Today, we are going to be considering the beginning of the season of light, and you can see that we have all these beautiful chalices, some of them handmade, and some of them thrifted, and some of them brought lovingly from our homes and our offices, and we'll be thinking about the ways that our flaming chalice is a symbol for us and an inspiration. So with that, let us take a moment to center ourselves, to enter into a quieter space of worship with the sound of our chime.
Isn't there something magical about lighting a candle? the feeling of warmth from the candle, the awe of nature as you look at the flickering flame, the beauty and the color of the undulating shape of the flame, the glow of light and shadow it casts around you. Maybe the magic of candles is why they are a part of so many traditions. I remember when I was a child, my mom used to make an Advent wreath every year. She would weave together the branches with ribbons and attach 4 candles. Lighting an additional candle each week built a sense of anticipation and excitement as we got closer and closer to Christmas. Today, as we move toward the winter solstice, we reflect on the significance of lighting a candle or a chalice. The flaming chalice is an important symbol of the Unitarian Universalist faith. For many people, it invokes meanings and connections to core values such as compassion and liberty. This service provides an opportunity to reflect on what might be, for you, the deeper meaning of lighting a candle or a chalice. Come, let us worship together. And I invite you now to join with Emily, who will be leading us in song for the chalice lighting.
Many of us are familiar with this beautiful song, Chalice Lighting, that our music director emeritus, Hal Walker, wrote. So please move and sing along with me as we do this together. May our chalice shine all through our lives. May our chalice shine all through our lives. May our hearts be open, and may our minds be still. May our truth be spoken, and may our lives fulfill this promise of peace, this promise of peace, this promise of peace, this promise of peace.
Oh.
Now, if you'll rise in body or spirit, we'll sing our opening hymn, which is number 226, and the words will be up here on the screen. So please rise in body or spirit. People, look east, the time is near of the crowning of the year. Make your house fair as you are able. Trim the hearth and set the table. People, look east and sing today. Love, the guest is on the way. Furrows, be glad, though earth is bare. One more seed is planted there. Give up your strength, the seed to nourish, that in its course the flower may flourish. People, look east and sing today. Love, the rose is on the way. Stars, keep the watch when night is dim. One more light the bowl shall brim, shining beyond the frosty weather, bright as sun and moon together. People, look east and sing today. Love, the star is on the way. Thank you, friends. You may be seated.
Well, Kathy shared a little bit about Advent, and this hymn that we just sang is often sung as an Advent hymn, thinking about what's on the way. And there are other holidays as well at this time of year that have to do with a candle lighting the darkness. Of course, there's the season and the holidays of Hanukkah. There's Diwali, which is sometimes moving around the calendar, but Diwali is also a Hindu holiday of late. So there are many, many ways that people celebrate, and while we want to celebrate our chalice and our own traditions, we also honor many traditions in this church. So we have a story, A Time for All Ages today, called Winter Candle, that celebrates many of those themes. Winter Candle by Jaron Ashford and illustrated by Stacy Schnitt. Nana Clover checked her list. Turkey in the oven, potatoes peeled, napkins folded just so, candles. How could she have forgotten? Thanksgiving at 3C Juniper Court without candles? Unheard of. So down she padded 3 flights to the super. Candles, Nana C., asked Trev. He opened a drawer and he handed her a lumpy, bumpy stick of wax. Hey, it's not pretty, but it'll burn. Nana Clover spread some pine cones around and put some leaves around the frumpy candle. By the time her Thanksgiving guests arrived, the centerpiece glowed. 2 weeks later, apartment 2G was in an uproar. The Havdalah candle's not here, Nat yelled from the closet. In the kitchen, Mom sighed. Oh, I forgot to buy a new one. Avi's lip quivered. But the stars will be out soon. Shh, shush, shush, it's not the end of the world, Grandpa told the Danziger children. Avi, go ask a neighbor for a candle. So up Avi clattered and rapped on Nana Clover's door, and down he clumped with that bumpy, lumpy candle. Avi's brothers stared. That's not a Havdalah candle, Sam groaned. It's not braided. It only has 1 wick, Nat complained. It's not pretty, agreed Grandpa, but a candle is blessed by what it does, not by how it looks. It'll shine. And shine it did, as Mom raised it high. Grandpa said the blessing to end the Sabbath. Avi held his hands to the light. They'd never had a Havdalah candle that burned so brightly. 4 mornings later, it was apartment 4D's turn for disaster. Oh, it's broken, Kirsten wailed. Liv came running. 1, 2, 3, 4 candles on the Santa Lucia crown, and the 5th one had snapped in 2. Our cousins will be here any minute, said Kirsten. How can I be Santa Lucia with only 4 candles? Liv started to cry. No Santa Lucia crown and no special Santa Lucia breakfast? Girls, we have plenty of time, Mom reassured them. Kirsten, go ask a neighbor for another candle. So down Kirsten dashed 2 flights down to the Danzigers and came back with that same old lumpy, bumpy candle, the funniest looking candle the girls had ever seen. Everyone will laugh at me, moped Kirsten. But nobody laughed, because as Kirsten carried in the teapot and the Santa Lucia buns, the funny-looking candle gleamed as brightly as the Star of Bethlehem. Well, winter came and the snow fell. Winter came and the snow fell. And presents were exchanged. The new year began. And in apartment 5A, it began with a calamity. "Jamila's got something in her mouth," Dante hollered, "and I don't think it's food." Dad scooped up the baby and stuck his finger in her mouth. A piece of wax, a bit of string. "Oh no," Dante howled. "Jamila ate the faith candle for the Kinara." "Go see if the Ericksons have one," his sister Moniah suggested. So down the stairs, Dante plodded, and he knocked on the door. "You're lucky. We still have this one," Kirsten said, and she handed him that lumpy, bumpy candle. But Dante did not feel lucky. How could they talk about faith with this sorry-looking thing? And it wasn't the right color either. But when Dad lit that stubby candle, that flame, it leaped and danced, inviting the other 6 candles to do the same. Well, a few days later, came the biggest snowstorm of the season. Snow blanketed the front steps and made drifts on the windowsills. Then just after nightfall, the electricity went out. Flashlight beams flickered in a few windows. And in apartment 5B, the newest family at Juniper Court huddled together in the dark. Their clothes were still in suitcases, their dishes were still in boxes, and Papa was somewhere out there in the city with a moving truck full of their furniture. "How will Papa find us?" Nasreen asked. "The streetlights are all out." "Papa won't find us," cried Farouk. "There's too much snow." "Of course he will find us," Mama said. "Now, Nasreen, go next door and ask the neighbors for a candle. We'll put it in the window to light Papa's way." Next door, Dante scratched his head. "I think there's one left over from Kwanzaa," he told Nasreen. He returned with a lumpy, bumpy candle made of wax that looked like a fairy tale troll. Well, Nasreen's mother lit that candle and she set it on the windowsill. "How's Papa going to see one little candle in such a big city?" Farouk asked. But as they watched, the flame shimmered and grew. It glittered on the falling snowflakes until the dark street seemed spun with stars. Many blocks away, Papa was slowly steering that big truck through snow-covered streets. What did that sign say? Pine Street? Vine Street? But then Papa noticed a bright glow up ahead. Maybe someone there could give him directions. Papa steered left and then right and then left, closer and closer to that glowing light. Papa turned a corner and gasped. There in front of him, 5 stories up, shone a warm, welcoming light. He was home. Papa climbed 3 floors, 4 floors, 5 floors, and then "Papa's here!" Nasreen and Farouk flew down the hall and into their father's arms. "Come see our new house, Papa," said Nasreen. "And look, everyone else is coming too." The little apartment filled up with neighbors. Dante's family brought chairs and a folding table. Nana Clover made a bed out of blankets for Nasreen and Farouk. Trev brought a small heater. The Erickson girls and their mother made sandwiches. And the Danzigers put a pot of soup to warm on the camping stove. Everyone welcomed Nasreen and Farouk and Mama and Papa to their new home. And that gnarled, lumpy, bumpy little candle, well, it glowed so brightly in the window that when the electricity finally did come on, no one even noticed. The end. Well, just like the community we just heard about, this is a community that is there for one another, that holds each other in care and compassion in times of light, in times of darkness, in lumpy, bumpy times. So let us take a moment to get in touch with all that we are bringing into the service today. Yellow cards of joys and concern are welcome at this time. You can bring them right up. And if you are joining us virtually, of course, you can always share with us in the chat. Among the sorrows and the concerns that we have shared with us today, Randy and Heidi ask that you remember their friend Karen, whose mother passed this week. Kurt Weiling mourns the fact that the Ohio State Buckeyes lost the Big Ten championship. Our hearts are with you, Kurt. We would like to offer our empathy and compassion to folks who are grieving now. We want to hold, Holly and John ask that you hold their niece and her 3 children in your thoughts as they make a sudden move from Ohio to Arizona to find a safe and loving community. Mike Kovancik shares that he's thinking of his friend, Mick Fowler, as he winds down his last days in hospice. Our hearts are with you. And Renee would like to share that she is mourning her brother, Bill, who died on Tuesday from esophageal cancer. She's very grateful that she had the chance to say goodbye over Thanksgiving, and we're also glad, Renee, that you had that time with him. We know that joy and sorrow are finely woven together in this life, this human life that we share. And so always there are joys that come each week. Avian and Gillig would like to share getting to share a video call with Avian's best friend this morning. That's beautiful. We're glad you had that time. And Randy Rahutsky shares the joy, oh yes, which we can all really participate in, the joy of having functioning, efficient heating now in Fessenden. We're very happy about that. Have heating in our sanctuary. So, for all of these joys, all of these sorrows, all of the things that remain in the silence of our hearts, we are here with you. We accompany you on this journey of life, all its twists and turns, all its ups and downs. Will you join me now in the spirit of contemplation, meditation, or prayer? Spirit of life and love, spirit of love and darkness, we're grateful for this community, for these connections, and this time together to make meaning each Sunday. We celebrate with all those who are filled up with the joy of life's gifts this week. And we hold in love all of those among us who are struggling, who have burdens, who are grieving losses. As we enter this season of light and of darkness, we ask to be helped to be ever more aware of the light within us and our part in the life that flows through the world around us. Help us to offer a beacon in the search for truth, offering our integrity, our authenticity to others, and letting our light shine. Help us to offer authenticity as the chalice candle holds and radiates its warmth, and strengthen our hearts to do the same, to hold love and to give love to those around us. Just as the chalice flame kindles energy that propels us to action, may we be inspired and called into holy purpose by our time here together. Amen. Blessed be, and may it be so.
You're welcome to sing along with this one. It's from our new hymnal and explores the light in us.
Many Unitarian Universalist churches start their worship service by lighting a flame inside a chalice, just as we do. This flaming chalice is a symbol for Unitarian Universalists, just as the cross and the Star of David are symbols for other religious groups. The story of how the flaming chalice became our symbol begins during the Second World War. A group of Unitarians formed the Unitarian Service Committee, so this is before we merged with the Universalists, and that group was led by the Reverend Charles Joy. Their plan was to help people escape from the Nazis. Because they were a new organization, not many people had heard of them, and people who were escaping and people who wanted to help didn't always speak the same language. So Reverend Joy decided the service committee needed an official symbol to identify its members. He asked Hans Deutsch to create a symbol. Deutsch borrowed an old symbol of strength and freedom from Czechoslovakia, a chalice with a flame. Reverend Joy wrote to his friends in Boston that the new symbol seemed to show the real spirit of the Unitarian religion. It showed a chalice that was used for giving a healing drink to others, and it showed a flame on top of a chalice because a flame was often used to represent a spirit of helpfulness and sacrifice. And so the flaming chalice became the official symbol of the Unitarian Service Committee and later became the symbol of the Unitarian Universalist faith.
So we're going to light the chalices now, all of these beautiful chalices, as the tone chimes come up and get ready to play a piece. Thank you. Wasn't that beautiful? We have so many beautiful musical groups here at the church. So these chalices, we learned a little bit from last year about how long it takes to light this many chalices. But many of these were made by Christy Anderson, who just did a beautiful job and handmade some of these chalices. Some others were thrifted. And then this table is a table of personal chalices and chalices we use here at the church. So we also want to invite, if you're joining us on Zoom, feel free to light your chalice and have it be a participant in this chalice blessing. And please remember that it's the community, right? Our theology is that the community does the blessing, not the minister. So I need you to send good energy as a community to these special pieces of art that have special meaning for us in our faith. So if you will now, you can send good energy with your hands toward the chalices, or you can just feel it in your heart, or you can say these words after me if you would like to, whatever makes sense for you as part of this community. May these chalices be cared for by loving hands. May they remind us of our most deeply held values. May they never grow dusty with disuse. May they light the way of truth. May they remind us of the warmth of this community. And that we are not alone. May they fire our commitment to build the world we dream of. And may they always shine brightly. Amen. May it be so. Blessed be. And now let's sing with the tone chimes. Stand if you would like.
We'll give you a little intro moment.
Oh, okay. Intro first.
1, 2. Here we go. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. This little light of mine, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Everywhere I go, everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Everywhere I go, I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine, let it shine, let it shine. Building up a world. Building up a world. I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world. I'm gonna let it shine. Building up a world. I'm gonna let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine. Let it shine.
Thank you again, Tone Chimes, for your beautiful music. Well, what exactly does our chalice mean then? On any given Sunday, it might mean something different to you or to me. It's definitely the symbol of Unitarian Universalism, and beyond that, it's really open to interpretation. We know that candles in the darkness can be symbols for hope and resilience. Reverend Joy, in our origin story, he spoke of the chalice flame embodying the spirit of sacrificial love, involved as he was in the dangerous business of getting people out of Nazi-occupied territories. I actually like that the chalice symbol is ambiguous and somewhat mysterious in its meaning, and that no one has ever really told us what it has to mean to us. I love that it can be what we need it to be, and that it's as shape-shifting as fire itself. We can remember the words of religious educator Sophia Lyon-Foss, who said that life becomes religious whenever we make it so, when some new light is seen, when some deeper appreciation is felt, when some task is well done. That is why it's not the physical lighting and the extinguishing of the chalice that makes it sacred, that makes our time together special. It's our collective intention to make it so. And that's why we have things like the chalice lighting app on a phone that we can light. If we forgot our physical chalice, that's okay. Or we can just light the chalices in our hearts. And I've done that sometimes at meetings when we didn't have a chalice nearby. Our chalice merely helps us to strengthen and embody our intentions, to make them palpable. Knowing this, let's take a moment to extinguish these lovely lights and give the wax a moment to cool, because some of them you'll be taking, and we don't want them to burn anyone. So we also have some folks who would like to share a little reflection, a little mini reflection about what the chalice means to them. We have Jen and Trudy and Lori, and I believe Heather, if Heather's here. Heather, are you here? Oh, okay. So just Jen and Trudy and Lori. If Jen, would you like to come up and share? Thanks.
Good morning. So I'm on a lot of UU committees. The practice of lighting a chalice and saying a few words to center ourselves, to set intention, is a reminder to me to slow down and remember our values, why we are here. The warm glow of a tiny fire will persist throughout the meeting. It's not clamoring for attention or voicing its opinion. That's happening in the meetings too, but it's just shining and dancing. To me, the chalice is really a symbol of what our faith aspires to be, and a reminder to me to return to the work always of building beloved community.
Some of the best conversations you can have with your teenager are when you're in the car driving somewhere, because there's not like direct eye contact and random things occur. So I'm going to share this with Justin's permission. We're driving from Youngstown. Yeah, it happens. Driving from Youngstown, and we're talking about Christmas and what he wants for Christmas. And he says he wants a necklace with a particular religious symbol on it. So we started this conversation, what does that religious symbol mean to you? And we talked about that, and he's like, no, that's not it. That's not what I was going for. And he says, chalice. That's what I was thinking about, chalice. And it is ironic, we literally just had this conversation last weekend and this service. And so I said, well, what does that symbol mean to you? And he says, love. And then he starts, talking about that new word cloud pictograph we've working on and the principles, and I'm like, Ari has worked. Shout out to Ari teachers. And so Justin is getting a chalice necklace for Christmas, because I said, that is exactly it, buddy. That is right. And his love for coming to this church, participating in the church, coming to community meal, come on down this evening. I love that that's what the chalice means for him, and that conversation for our family is what I love about the chalice for us.
So, as most of you know, my granddaughter is at the Cleveland Clinic indefinitely, and 100 times a day the door opens and someone else from some other organization or group or PT or whatever comes in. So, a week ago or so, the door opened and this very nice woman came in and she was the chaplain. And she was talking about, what she does and all the things, giving me, her sort of speech. And she said, I don't know what your religious traditions are, but, I can be here to help with spiritual conversations. And I took a deep breath to give her the I'm a you speech, and I rolled up my sleeves, and she saw my chalice. And she said, is that a chalice? Yeah. Are you a UU? Yeah. So am I. So it turns out that she's a ministerial candidate from the West Shore Church. So that made the conversation go a lot smoother. But that's what the chalice means to me, is connection. Connection across time and space to other UUs who have used this as a symbol of freedom from oppression and a symbol of love and hope that we can bring to the world. So that's what the chalice means to me.
Thank you all. I am feeling the warmth and I'm feeling the love right now. I'm really appreciating all of your stories. I love that the chalice is a folk practice. It started with the UU Service Committee, but like so many things in our faith, all the really truly cool things about us came from the kids and the RE sector. And so they were sort of captivated, RE classes were captivated by this idea of the flaming chalice, and they decided to make some. So that was the first time it leapt off the page from being this stamp, this symbol, to being a real embodied object. And then they started, using it to light in their classrooms to make the time sacred. And then at some point, it made the leap, the evolutionary leap to, we've kind of lost that history, I guess. But some church said, why don't we do this in worship? This is great. And they did. And then, it just kind of spread from there because it was this practice that helped us hallow our time together and captivated everyone's imagination. So there was never a time where anybody said, this is now our official, symbol of our time together on Sundays. It just sort of happened. And now there are UU churches all over the country. Almost all of them light a chalice during worship. And then all over the world, there are churches too lighting chalices. And that always gives me a special feeling when I remember that. Many of us have chalices in our homes that we use for various things. I use mine sometimes when I just feel lonely. It can be warm and inviting, and it can remind me that I'm really not alone. So we want to invite folks up to take a chalice. If you don't have your own chalice already, there are lots of them up here, and there's lots of different kinds. Some of them are plastic, and they have, little electronic candle things in them, little electronic lights. So please, if you do take one of those, don't use them, with an actual flame, because they will probably melt. And we want to invite, I know we have some newer members of our community. We had a recent UU Explorers class, and lots of people signed the membership book and also are exploring membership or, are getting to know our community better. So we'd like to invite newer folks up first if you would like to come up and choose a chalice, and then we'll invite anyone else who just would like a chalice for home use. These chalices here are personal and UUCK chalices, so please admire them, but don't take them. Okay.
We're going to sing together, so you'll have. I'm just going to sing like this. I am light, I am light. 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 Sing with us. I am light, I am light. I am light, I am light. Add some harmonies. I am light, I am light. 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 May our chalice shine all through our lives. I am light, I am May our chalice shine all through our lives. May our hearts be open, and may our minds be still. May our truth be spoken, and may our lives fulfill this promise of peace, this promise of peace, this promise of peace, this promise of peace. You can sing either part that you like. I am light, I am. May our chalice shine all through our lives. I am light, I am. May our chalice shine all through our lives. May our hearts be open, and may our minds be still. May our truth be spoken, and may our lives fulfill this promise of peace, 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 this promise of peace.
Each week, our church takes an offering to support this church so we can keep our own flame burning bright as a beacon for liberal religion here in our own part of the world. We also take a special collection to support an organization or a cause in line with our values. And this month's special collection is to support the Minister's Discretionary Fund. And the purpose of that fund is to assist people in our church and community in times of need by helping to pay for things like food, shelter, utilities, medication, or other kinds of expenses. So here in the sanctuary, you can put your offering in the basket that's being passed, or go online, of course, There's some information there on the screen. And so we welcome the offering.
I'll be your candle on the water. My love for you will always burn. I know you're lost and drifting, but the clouds are lifting. Don't give up, you have somewhere to turn. I'll be your candle on the water till every wave is warm and bright. My soul is there beside you. Let this candle guide you. Soon you'll see a golden stream of light. A cold and friendless tide has found you. Don't let the stormy darkness pull you down. I'll paint a ray of hope around you, circling in the air, lighted by a prayer. I'll be your candle on the water. This flame inside of me will grow. Keep holding on, you'll make it. Here's my hand, so take it. Look for me, reaching out to shore as rivers flow. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go. I'll never let you go.
What did you want? Oh, right, the extinguisher. And so now we invite you to say with us the words as we extinguish the flame. We extinguish this flame, but not the light of truth, the warmth of community, the fire of commitment. As we stand our hearts until we are together again. And I invite you to rise in body or spirit for our closing hymn, Bright Morning Stars.
Rise up from morning slumber, rise up from morning slumber, rise up from morning slumber, rise up from morning slumber. Day is breaking in my soul. Rise up and hear your calling. 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 Day is breaking in my soul. Lift your voice, oh, lift your voice to heaven. Day
each of your hearts there is the most glorious light. So go forth and let its spark help you understand yourself and others. Go forth and let its light of reason be a guide in your decisions. Go forth and bring its ray of hope to those in need of help. Go forth and fan the flames of passion to help heal our world. Go forth, spread the warm glow of love everywhere you go, and share your glorious light with the world. May it be so, and go in peace.